What is a living wage, a national living wage, and a national minimum wage? They are actually all three separate things. Oh, money. Okay, video over, let's all go home. Yay. I'm joking, there's a little bit more to it than that. The national minimum wage is the amount of money that governments are obligated to pay workers per hour. If you're 25 and over, you're supposed to get £7.83 minimum per hour. If you're 21 to 24, you're supposed to get £7.38 minimum per hour. If you're 18 to 20, you're meant to get £5.90 minimum per hour. If you're under the age of 18, you're meant to get £4.20 minimum per hour. And apprentices are meant to get £3.70 minimum per hour. These amounts have steadily been rising over the years, and they change every April, which is why we love April. Now, this is where it gets confusing. Although the national living wage uses the term living wage, it actually has nothing to do with the living wage. We're going to explain it all later, just trust me. The national living wage is basically a new minimum wage for people aged 25 and over. It's kind of like a minimum wage 2.0. They had like a rebrand, it's changed its name. Yeah. It was launched in 2015 under the former Chancellor George Osborne, and it represents the government's aim to raise wages for people over the age of 25 to £9 an hour by the year 2020. So we got something to look forward to. There are people who want the national living wage to be scrapped. They're saying it's doing more harm than good because it's making workers way too expensive for businesses to hire. They think that these businesses will probably just go on to hire robots instead because they're going to be a lot cheaper, which means then people will become more unemployed. The Institute of Economic Affairs said there is scant evidence to prove that the national living wage alleviates poverty. In other words, no one really knows it is doing any good for anyone anyway, so why do we have it? Other people think that the national living wage isn't good enough because workers who are on it cannot afford a decent quality of life anyway. That brings us on to the living wage. People that think that advocate for the living wage is something that was started by Citizens UK in 2001. Citizens UK is made up of campaigners and activists, and they all think that people should be paid fairly for a hard day's work. The living wage as of November 2017 is £8.75 an hour, with the London living wage being calculated separately and is £10.20 an hour. It's very important to note that this living wage is not enforceable by the government because they did not make it. Companies can opt in or opt out if they want to. And now hopefully you understand what the three different types of wages are, and you can work out if you're being paid correctly by your employer.